Beardo Banjo.
So in a piece of news that I don't think anybody saw coming, I would give you all of my money if you could have predicted this one. Microsoft, or more specifically Xbox, have just acquired Zenimax, who are the parent company of Bethesda, ID, Arcane, and they've welcomed them to the Xbox team. Now, currently, there's not a lot of information out there as to what this exactly means. What does this mean for games like Wolfenstein, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, Dishonored, Prey, Starfield? What does it mean for those games going forward? You could jump to the wildest conclusion and draw the conclusion that these games will now be Xbox exclusives. But that seems insane to me. That seems too unbelievable. But maybe that's the reality. There's not enough information out there right now, but Microsoft Xbox have acquired Zenimax and welcomed them to Team Xbox. Now, Microsoft and Xbox and Phil Spencer have been on this quest over the past few years to acquire studios, to bring in some talent, some first-party studio talent into the Xbox gaming realm to help kind of bolster and build a offering for gamers that can rival that of what Sony have. Now, Sony have an incredible amount of fantastic first-party studios, including Naughty Dog, Santa Monica. There's incredible studios there. Sucker Punch, that have been making titles exclusively for PlayStation for years and have been churning out, especially recently, some incredible games. Things the like of The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima and Spider-Man and God of War, and the list goes on and on and on. And it's felt anyway in the past few years of the current console generation that Xbox haven't had that many first-party studios and first-party releases. We see the cyclical yearly Forza. We see Halos every now and then. We see Gears of War. And then we get kind of whatever Rare are doing, which has been Sea of Thieves for a little while. But outside of that, there really hasn't been much. There are some little glimmers of light in the darkness, things like Ori, which has now gone basically multi-platform anyway. It's on the Switch and PC. But yeah, Xbox has always felt like they didn't offer a huge amount of strong first-party studios developing games specifically for the Microsoft platforms. Until now. Xbox and Microsoft have gone on a buying spree and have bought some incredible studios. Let me just get the list up of all the studios that now sit underneath the Microsoft or Team Xbox umbrella. Okay, so here we go. Now, these are from the Xbox website. The 15 game development studios focused on delivering great games for everyone wherever they play on console, PC, or mobile devices. So these are the studios that Microsoft have invested in and brought into their Xbox infrastructure to kind of bolster their first-party game offerings. 343, World's Edge, The Coalition, Compulsion, Double Fine, the Xbox Game Studios Publishing Department, The Initiative, In Exile, Mojang, Ninja Theory, Obsidian, Playground, Rare, Turn 10, and Undead Labs. Add to that now Bethesda, and Microsoft are positioned to offer an incredible amount of high quality first party games. And say what you will about Bethesda and say what you will about the quality and the inconsistent quality of the output that they create, they do make incredibly beloved games. Fallout, Elder Scrolls, obviously not all of these are made by Bethesda. It's the Bethesda kind of the Zenimax party or collection of studios, but games like Fallout and Elder Scrolls are just so beloved. And then you throw on top of that things like Doom, Wolfenstein, Prey, Evil Within, upcoming Starfield, Dishonored. The amount of talent and the amount of incredible games that come out of Zenimax as a studio or a publishing house is insane. I'll just read a little kind of excerpt here from the press release that's just been dropped by Phil Spencer. So Critically acclaimed creators of the Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Wolfenstein, Doom, Dishonored, Quake, Starfield, and more join Team Xbox. Today is a special day as we welcome some of the most accomplished studios in the games industry to Xbox. We are thrilled to announce Microsoft has entered into an agreement to acquire Zenimax Media, parent company of Bethesda Softworks. As one of the largest, most critically acclaimed, privately held game developers and publishers in the world, Bethesda is an incredibly talented group of 2,300 people worldwide who make up some of the most accomplished creative studios in our industry across Bethesda Softworks. Bethesda Games Studios, ID Software, Zenimax Online Studios, Arcane, Machine Games, Tango Gameworks, Alpha Dog, and Roundhouse Studios. These are the teams responsible for franchises like The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Wolfenstein, Doom, Dishonored, Prey, Quake, Starfield, and many more. So, I've read through this, and it isn't clear the direction in which this partnership is going to take. So anything that kind of comes out online is purely speculation until we see the next few releases, I guess, from these studios and from these developers, or we get a little bit more clarity on what this means from Phil Spencer or from Bethesda. As I said at the start, you could jump to the wildest conclusion that is all of these games are going to now be Xbox /PC exclusives, which would be groundbreaking and would fundamentally change the way the next generation shakes out. It would be a huge defining factor in the choice of many gamers' decision to buy either a PlayStation or an Xbox, or would end up getting both because they know they need Doom, they need Fallout, they need Wolfenstein. Or these games, a little bit like Minecraft, could continue to exist on multiple platforms, but now Microsoft and Xbox will be gaining money from the sales of these games regardless of where they are, because they sit under their kind of umbrella of studios. It's not clear in this. If you read through the press release, and it's available online, so feel free to do so, there's no clarity. I'll read these next two bits because they kind of shed a little bit more light, but they don't hugely explain exactly what's happening. But Bethesda Games have always had a special place on Xbox and in the hearts of millions of gamers around the world. Our teams have a close and storied history of working together, from the amazing first Doom and its ID tech engine, innovating games on PCs, to Bethesda bringing their first console game to the original Xbox, the groundbreaking Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Over the years, I've had many deep conversations with the creative leaders at Bethesda on the future of gaming, and we've long shared similar visions for the opportunities for creators and their games to reach more players in more ways. Just as they took the bold first steps to bring Elder Scrolls franchise to the original Xbox, Bethesda were early supporters of Xbox Gamepass, bringing their games to new audiences across devices, and have been actively investing in new gaming technology like cloud streaming of games. We'll be adding Bethesda's iconic franchises to the Xbox Gamepass for console and PC. That is massive, and again, because they're now a studio that Microsoft owns, the logical line of thought is Bethesda games will be day one Game Pass additions. Brand new Fallout comes out, it's in Game Pass day one. Brand new Doom, day one Game Pass. That's the hook, isn't it? That's the hook. Starfield. One of the things that has me most excited is seeing the roadmap with Bethesda's future games. They're all going to go to Game Pass. This is huge for Microsoft and Xbox. All of Bethesda's back catalogue in Game Pass, I would assume, and all upcoming installments in Game Pass is a massive, massive win for Microsoft. Well, there we have it. I am flabbergasted by this news. This is not something I expected. I am a fan of the games that come out of Bethesda and Bethesda Softworks. Everything on this image here, I'm a huge fan of. Obviously, not Starfield. I haven't played it. I don't know about it. But everything here was a game that I absolutely loved. If I'm being honest with you, Evil Within, I love. Prey, Doom, I love them all. Having that value proposition as part of Game Pass and as part of the Xbox Studios first party offering is incredible. I am a Game Pass subscriber, and I think I will continue to be for as long as I play games, because I already know that the value proposition is amazing. But over these past few weeks, with the inclusion of EA Play and now Bethesda into that offering, it is just incredible to me to see where this is going. If you are someone that, you know, tomorrow morning is looking into picking up an Xbox Series X or S, pre-ordering it, regardless of how you do it, whether you do it through the Xbox or Access program or just buy the console outright, I think Game Pass is the thing that everyone who's picking up a new Xbox just needs to get involved with, because this is big. This is a big deal. I'm looking at pre-ordering one because of Game Pass. I wasn't that excited for next gen. I've said this in multiple of my videos, but the studios and developers are doing things like this now, and it's just getting me so excited for what's coming. I kind of need an Xbox now, or you can continue to play on your PC, but you need a Game Pass subscription because you're going to get all of these incredible new titles day one into that service. If they release a new Doom in a couple of years, straight into Game Pass. This is huge. I did not see this coming. What do you think of it? I still think these titles are going to come to PlayStation, but I think their day one inclusion on Game Pass will be where Microsoft leverage the value proposition to gamers in terms of winning them over to Game Pass and winning them over to their services. What do you think? This is massive. I just did not see this coming, and I'm a little bit flabbergasted. Bethesda is, love them or hate them, one of my favorite studios because of really Fallout in its heyday. Not so much now. Not 76. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to sit and ponder this for a while. Very cool news. Didn't expect to see this today.